It's time to discuss the best trending memes of the week because memes are always something that we can't do without and they are always in, high demand. So based on that, let's take a look at the best trending ones for the week and give our thoughts on them. Premier League fans. Only three teams compete in La Liga. Premier League is the best because it's so competitive, bro. Meanwhile, the Premier League, City winning five out of seven
Six.
seasons and the remaining two Liverpool. Yes, six. Yeah, I get how this looks. I get how this looks, but the reason I will still say that the Premier League is still more competitive is because before the start of every season, you can realistically point at four sides or five sides that have a fighting chance, and it will not be an outrageous claim. But in the La Liga, in fact, it's only two teams. Atletico Madrid just recently, joined the discussion. So I still agree that the Premier League is more competitive, and what you can get from a mid-table Premier League side,
Yeah,
I don't
especially
think some
through
mid-table La Liga
Champions
sides
League
can do
fight
that.
also. While it's La
Yeah,
Liga,
well,
it's basically three teams and somebody else.
exactly. So I still think the Premier League is more competitive. To be fair, regardless of this logic, I still think so. Victor, your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all fun and games, and it's true
Yeah.
that City have been dominating in the last, yeah, almost a decade. But it's still. When are we going to see in La Liga the equivalent of Leicester winning it? When are we going to see
Exactly.
We were close
Espanyol
to it.
Barcelona win La Liga?
Yeah, I mean, we were close to it
Exactly.
when Girona went second, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, let's see the next one. This
Nah, this is
this
this is accurate. This is very accurate. All of their washed up players, Chelsea just dumped them and sent them over to Arsenal, and we are glad to pick them. I can't think of one signing from Chelsea that has done well. I can't think of one. Genuinely, I tried my best.
Probably Kepa.
I
May
have to say, though, the fact that at least they know all the parties involved at least know that Kepa will be the substitute goalie makes this a little bit easier to digest.
yeah, with the Kepa one is easier to digest, especially because it was just £5 million. Yeah, but the Havertz one, for instance, this Madueke one, and the Sterling, the William, those were unforgivable signings, man. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, man.
We qualified for Europe. Oh, yes, we qualified for Europe. Hello, human resources. Yeah, like it's the same question I asked in one of our videos, in one of our online videos. Like, if there is a rule stating all of this, how come City and Girona are allowed to compete? How come RB Leipzig and Salzburg are allowed to compete, and the same does not apply to Crystal Palace and Lyon? So
And there was
they just
also last season for Europa League, it was United and some French team, right?
yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
And
So
they accepted it because, oh, in good faith and whatnot. Come on, mate. Seriously.
exactly. Why did the rules just get twisted whenever they can? So it's crazy, to be fair. But yeah,
Yeah.
mate, I consent. I don't. Isn't there somebody you forgot to ask? Hmm. Inter- Interesting. Victor, so who's the somebody here?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I just feel like really Marinakis pulling out a Me Too. I did not have that on my bingo card for this season.
Same here. Same here. So I really I really don't know, man. But yeah, it's funny from Forest because they are just trying to be whiny about it, to be fair. And that's good
Yeah,
money if you ask me, £60 million. Good money. Take it and don't look back.
yeah.
All smiles. And then I left them with Oiland and Onana. Oh wow. Remembering what he did at United. Ouch. Oof.
we're fine. We're fine. We're still winning next season.
Oh
Yeah,
my God. I was just about to ask you, Max, how you're feeling about this, honestly, but
I think it's
oof.
better than Arsenal signings.
you know that's not true, but yeah, go on.
Onana and Hoyland better than Arsenal signings. Mate,
Depends on which
I would
ones.
take if I was Manchester United manager today, Kepa is starting over Onana every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Easily, he
Probably, yeah.
becomes their number one goalkeeper. Easily, not probably, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We'll see tomorrow
This
then.
one, the starry
yeah,
night.
yeah. Funny enough, I still wonder why people romanticize this moment. To be fair,
Yeah,
mean, I don't know why. It's sometimes it's being portrayed in a positive light, and I don't know.
yeah. No, it,
I just
it
can't see it.
was it was something that does not belong on any football pitch, and it
Yeah,
is just terrible. But you have to see the fun side of it. I mean, Cantona was a loose goddamn cannon his whole career,
yeah, it
and
was.
he
Yeah,
was
it
he
was.
was
Sure.
a little bit more unhinged than Ibrahimovic and Costa put together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just something that shouldn't be happening. That's for sure.
Mm. Summer for me is about time with family. Yeah, all the tall ones.
Yeah.
All,
uh,
all.
Crouchy was a national treasure, honestly.
Yeah, it was, man. The fact that a player that tall managed a career in football is impressive on its own. It's
He
impressive
was
on its
not
own.
bad with the
People,
ball actually. He wasn't just the header.
Exactly, exactly. Like he had no right to be so technically sound as he was. Honestly,
exactly.
like he should have looked like Bambi on ice, and yet he didn't. He was comfortable with the ball at his feet. He was comfortable with his back to the goal, receiving the ball. It was amazing, honestly.
Yeah, it
A
was.
very underrated player.
Indeed. Oh, geez. Bruno Fernandez covered the most distance and spent 99% running after the referees. This is the same thing Victor talks about every single time. He complains a lot. And I don't
I
get
know.
why that kind of person is the captain of Manchester United. It's baffling to me. I don't get why United would choose that person to be your leader. It's baffling, man.
Yeah, but
Every
Yeah,
single game.
2023 it
Every
wasn't
single game.
this a lot actually.
He does this every single game, man. Every single game.
Last season, yeah. 2 years ago, not sure.
I
It was
mean,
always
don't get me wrong. He's a good player, okay? But you cannot say, "Oh my God, he is up." I'm sorry, United fans, go ahead and send your abuse my way, but you cannot tell me that a half decent player with a shit attitude is an absolutely world class footballer. It's the equivalent of lipstick on a pig. You know, he's a good player, okay, but he wouldn't look as good in a good team anyway. And
mm,
his tantrums and his general attitude on the pitch, he's one of the most slappable players ever to me.
Yeah, but we finished
wow.
second and he was the key player, so I'm not
Yeah,
really.
That's one
the
season,
key
mate.
player in a terrible team. The key player in a very terrible team, man.
Yeah, but if you go the
That
second team in the league, the terrible one, probably Arsenal is terrible as well at the moment.
Yeah, but Arsenal at least managed to stay there. Like, okay, they got the second, but they kept their level. Okay, they have a big problem getting over the goddamn finish line for sure. But at the same time, a couple of years ago to finish second and then to kind of only half jokingly be in a relegation battle, that's a big drop.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Chelsea fans are afraid of PSG. Uh,
It's actually
Chelsea
strange
and
that they're
PSG
not
fans.
conceding a single goal in these games.
I honestly think Chelsea would give PSG a much tougher battle than some of these other sides. But I think the Spurs one is going to be where the problem will be at.
That's a
Mm,
walkover.
Yeah, that's a
Actually,
walkover
at
in
the
my
start
opinion.
of
The
the
Spurs one is the
season, with
walkover.
the signings, probably they can score at least. Not sure that they
I
will
don't think.
win, but
When
definitely a
you say
goal.
signings, are you referring to Kudus or who are you referring to when you say signings?
Gibbs White and I can't remember the.
Don't mention Kudus. Don't mention Kudus. That's not really a
I mean,
signing, to be fair.
at least he can give something in attack.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but that's just like the equivalent of a consolation prize. It's like being a testicle. It participates but doesn't enter, you know? Tottenham are going to get destroyed, let's face it. Chelsea might
Honestly,
stand half a chance, but Spurs are getting
yeah,
wrecked.
Mm, no,
yeah, I
Chelsea
agree with that.
zero
I
chance.
agree with that.
Definitely no chance.
And speaking of Chelsea,
Yao Pedro, worshiping Yao Pedro, and then they're looking at Delap drowning, and then there's Jackson who has suffered. Yeah, I did think about it that when they signed the lap and then they went on to sign your Pedro, I did say to myself, what was the idea behind signing the lap if they had a plan to sign Pedro as well? Still doesn't add up to me. But yeah.
no, it's just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. But hey, everything's going to be vindicated. They get £100 million for Jackson from AC Milan,
Oh,
okay?
true, true,
Yeah,
true,
but
true.
I mean, if you can sign a Delap for 30 million, you still do it, and probably even you let him play a half of time, and next season you sell him for 40 to somebody like Arsenal.
No chance. No
Shots
chance. We already
fired.
we already have Gyökeres. No chance.
Yeah,
Don't
probably
worry.
need Delap in a month, and they sell you for 50 mil.
The ironic
Fine.
thing about the lap is that United needed him more. United needed him more because any striker
Yeah,
these days is an
yeah,
upgrade on Oiland.
yeah.
Yeah,
Before
yeah,
the
Any
Europa
striker.
absolutely.
League final,
It's
he
just
said, "I will join United if they manage to play in UCL." So probably when we lost to Spurs in finals, we lost him as well.
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess.
but let's put it this way. I think yes, United would have needed Delap more, but Delap decided he does want a football career, so that's why he didn't join.
Hmm.
Because come on, you know?
Yeah. And the
He has
Maresca
as well
sub Nicolas
so
Jackson
far.
onto to give. Wow. Wow. To give Thiago Silva a rest. I admire the love. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Nicolas Jackson, I don't know. United can still sign him. I actually think United can sign him. He can do a good job
Nah,
for United. But
better join
yeah,
Arsenal.
it's
and
only
Max,
100 mil.
Max is going to look good in that kit of yours as well. Jackson will look good in that kit you're wearing.
2 years ago, you mean?
So he will look good in that
Yeah,
United kit. But yeah,
it's
that's
about 2 years already that you've had to put up with Hoyland, right?
exactly 2 years.
Okay, and last but not least, I think this one's just posted without comment, honestly. There you go.
Nah, woof. Honestly, it seems like this transfer saga has been going on for like years now. It seems like years already. We are hearing the same thing. We are not seeing any change. We are just hearing the same thing. No update,
By
no
the way,
nothing.
who do you think is signed first, Mbomo or Gyökeres?
At this rate, I think maybe Mbuemo because of the controversy. But I wouldn't put it past Arsenal though. So it might still be
I
Gyökeres.
Yeah, I'd say
I think at
Mbomo.
this rate, there's a higher chance of Liverpool getting 70 or 80 million quid for Nunez before any of these happen.
Yeah, I feel like Chelsea
Yeah.
will sign another striker first.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's all we have in our episode today. It was a pretty fun one discussing all the trending memes. And of course, same time next week, we'll be here to discuss the best ones once again as they come.